What do you do? That is, of course, the universal icebreaker question, isn't it? First thing somebody's going to ask you if they meet you at some sort of a business function, what do you do? A far more important question, a far more meaningful question, and frankly a much harder question to answer is this: who are you? How do you answer that one? Hi, I'm Joe Tye, CEO of Values Coach, and if you're watching this, I hope you are a Sparkplug Plus member, our group coaching service. And for the next 12 weeks, 60 working days, I will be your coach as we walk through the 60 modules of our course on the 12 core action values. 12 core values, values that are universal and eternal. These are your values. And for each of the 12 values, 4 cornerstones that help you put action into the value. 12 values, 48 cornerstones, 60 modules. So every Monday through Friday, I am going to be spending 5 or 10 minutes with you and asking you to be spending a little bit more time, maybe 15 minutes a day, on the workbook. And this is it. It's our workbook on the 12 core action values. You have one of these if you're a Sparkplug Plus member, or you should. And if you don't, give us a call and we can arrange to get you one. It is also online in its entirety at the Members Only resource website. And you also have that link, and if you don't, let me know and we'll send it to you. And what I encourage you to do is set up a new folder on your computer, call it 12 Core Action Values Course. Set up 12 subfolders, one for each of the 12 core action values, and then in each one park the email that you're going to get from me with the link to this video and any other resources related to those values, from authenticity to leadership, core action value number 12. Now let's go back to that question. What do you do? What do you do? When somebody asks you that question, what do you do? They really don't care what you do they? Well, let's see. I answer emails, I send letters, I talk on the telephone, I give shots to patients. They don't care what you do. What they are really asking is, what can you do for me? How much money do you make? What is your social status on the totem pole? And if you don't believe me, try this. The next time someone asks you, what do you do? Stick your hand out and say, I clean toilets at the county jail. What do you do? And see how fast they run. Now, a much more important question, as I said, is who are you? How do you answer that question? And isn't this fascinating? Who are you spells out W-A-Y. And every spiritual tradition for thousands of years has had as a central element the way. And the way is a great metaphor, isn't it? The way is how you find who you are, how you become who you are. And I personally believe that we all are born meant to be somebody distinct and unique. Everyone who's ever had more than one child tells me, I've not experienced it myself, but my wife has, that babies are who they are from the day they're born. Not only from the day they're born, but even before. Moms will tell you that baby number 1 was just passive, sitting there in the womb. Oh, 9 months, I guess it's probably time to come out now. And baby number 2, 7 months, they're kicking and squirming and saying, let me out of here, I got things to do. And 40 or 50 years later, baby number 1 is sitting in a cubicle in a law office somewhere. And baby number 2 is busy starting her 4th business. We are who we are. We're born to be somebody special and distinct and unique. And one of the challenges, it's a twofold challenge, is first of all, how do we remember who we are meant to be? What are the things that from our earliest childhood made us unique, put a stamp on us? And at the same time, looking ahead and dreaming, who could we be? If we really were being who we're meant to be, who could we be? And the 4 cornerstones of authenticity that I will go through in the next 4 days: self-awareness, knowing what your strengths and your weaknesses are, knowing the things that you do that make a difference, knowing your own personality matrix. Those things can help. That's the beginning point, in fact, for becoming authentic. Cornerstone number 2, self-mastery. If you do not manage your ego, your emotions, your ambitions effectively, you end up becoming your own worst enemy. And we'll talk about how you can avoid that iron triangle of false personality of ego, emotion, ambition, and not be your own worst enemy. Third cornerstone, self-belief. How do you prevent yourself from cheating yourself by settling for anemic dreams and goals because you don't believe you're capable of more, you don't believe you deserve more? How do you build upon the 4 levels of the pyramid of self-belief that I will describe to you? And finally, self-truth. If you're not true to yourself, it's hard for you to be true to anybody else. Shakespeare said that. And what are some tools you can use, including the DDQ? And don't get your hopes up, it has nothing to do with Dairy Queen. But how can you use these tools to make sure that you are being true to yourself? So put your seatbelt on. This week we're going to talk about authenticity. How can you be more authentic? Why do we start with authenticity? I'll tell you. If you take to heart, if you act upon core action values 2 through 12, from integrity to leadership, you will be more effective, you will be more successful. And if you don't start with authenticity, you're much more likely to be very quickly a successful fake and a fraud, and I don't want to help you do that. I want you to begin with that end, that meant to be. Who could I be if I were being my ideal best self? What goals would I pursue if I were really being the me that I'm meant to be? So, get ready, get your pen and pencil ready, get your computer ready. We're about to start on a 60-day journey to explore your values.